Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I am Richard Neal. This is Richard Neal's channel. For every 1,000 subscribers I get, I purchase a bracelet from 4Ocean. They pull a pound of trash out of the ocean or off the coastlines. I need to adjust that camera slightly. What I have in the background is a quote from a Friday the 13th film. We live in claustrophobia, the land of steel and concrete trapped by dark waters. There is no escape, nor do we want it. We've come to thrive on it and each other. You can't get the adrenaline pumping without the terror, good people. That's the opening translation from Jason Takes Manhattan. Yes, and I have an interesting thing to talk about because it happened to me. I actually was asking a filmmaker friend of mine if I should review films directed by a friend of his. And he said, that doesn't sound like a good idea because you reviewed one of his films in the past and he got upset because you gave it a bad review. I have never reviewed anything by this guy so far as I can recall, but I did ask another reviewer to review something by him because I felt, there were too many people I knew in the movie and I couldn't give it a fair review. I also thought it was terrible. And the other reviewer thought it was terrible too. But, if I might make a point, the biggest insult I can give any movie is ignoring it. So it's like, 99% of the movies out there, 99.99, I've basically given a giant middle finger to because I just ignore them. It's one reason I watch every movie I can possibly get my hands on. Spend as much time as I can doing it is because, that's the thing. And, if nobody reviews your movie, nobody knows about your movie. And a movie that got terrible reviews, for example, let me grab some coffee here. Oh, coffee. A good cup of coffee is like a good friend. You don't know how great you are till you have them in front of you. Anyway, so the Human Centipede, for example, got terrible reviews. And I think, 2 sequels now? So yeah, I'm told that Alien got terrible reviews. They said, don't go see this movie or you'll throw up. And everybody went and saw the movie because it was so infamous. So bad reviews aren't necessarily a bad thing for movies. It's just that, this particular director, I've never met the man, but he's very protective, I guess, about his work. Very easily upset. It's like, yeah, okay, I could have reviewed more of his films, and I was in fact intending to, but it's like, look, you might wind up working with this guy, and he doesn't want to hear what you think, unless you love his work. Again, for those of you that watch my other channel, Random Street Theater, you know that I was in a short film recently, and I said, look, guys, I don't know what to think about it. I can't rate it, and I want your opinion. Right? And most people, I probably to save my feelings, said it was great. Certainly, it was low budget and simply done. My acting was my acting could be, and the writing was what the writing could be, which is what I contributed to this particular thing. But, until somebody comes out there and says something negative, I don't know if there's anything negative to say, really. just have my opinions, which of course are, it is what it is. But, when you make art, you need to have thick skin. Otherwise, you're not going to keep making art because someone is going to hate what you do. I mean, you take the best movie ever made, which I believe is considered to be either Citizen Kane or The Shawshank Redemption, depending on who you ask. Somebody dislikes it. It's just how it is. So now here it is. I was, looking at this director had stuff up on Prime, and I'm going, well, I should watch his stuff. I should support my friend's friends. And then I'm like, if he doesn't appreciate it, maybe I shouldn't do it. Not gonna make my life any easier. I mean, this guy's films, I haven't seen a lot of them, so I don't know what they're like. But, it's one of those things. If you're going to make art, don't cry. It's one thing that, used to happen. My brother would paint. And he's like, well, what do you think? Well, it looks like something a child would do. Okay. And it's like, you said my art something that... It's like, you asked for my opinion and I gave it to you. There's one thing I hate. It's people that lie to me. If you don't like something, I want to know. And I tell you, I draw comics. It's becoming more and more of a rare thing, but I'm hoping to sit down at my desk by the end of today and draw some more of them. And, I remember there was a website where you could ask people's opinion of your comics. I asked people's opinion of my comics, and the answer I got was shittier than a child's baby or a child's diaper after Taco Bell. But I got to improve. So, it happens. I can tell you there was a website where a novel of mine was being reviewed, and I gave a lot of reviews myself on that website. Most of them were negative. Very negative, because most of them were bad. It's just, I don't want to be published if I'm bad, and you should, no author should want to be published if they're bad. They should want honest feedback. So, one of the authors got all of his friends together, and they all trashed my novel, and wound up getting us both pulled off the site. And it's like, okay, dingus, if your work is better than I say it is, you certainly shot yourself in the foot. And if your work is what I say it is, maybe you should listen. Anyway, just my thoughts on something. Love to hear yours. Comments below. I'm Richard.
Greetings, capitalist pigs. I am Great Russian Strongman Stealth Borgov, here from Absurd TV to remind you to like and subscribe to this video. And leave a comment telling everyone how much you'd like to see more of me, which you can find on Absurd TV. Bye, Mark Schaefer.